Have I tried Red Flood mod for Hearts of Iron 4, a mod of pure madness? I have not, no. Raspberries wants me to drink some tea. And Zardos has followed. Thank you very much for the follow there, Zardos. Okay, I think we are ready for a war against Syracuse. And this is going to be for the whole island. Because they're actually allied with each other. Alright, here we go. Leroy Jenkins. Let's move you down to there. Let's move you over to there. Oh, no. Oh, it's because I'm trying to move the navy. Not what I meant. And then you lot hunt down fleets. Yeah, anywhere there. That's fine. Just to make sure that we maintain the crossings, then what we're going to do with you is split you in half twice. Oh, is that only 3? Oh, that's only 3. Okay, never mind. Alright, here we go. We can do some more trade routes in Rome. Can I get wood yet, please, so I can build some bigger ships? If I'm going up against Carthage, I want something bigger than a trireme. Nope, still no wood. Alright. Olives. Olives is slave happiness. What about the noble happiness? Can we get marble? No. What about cloth? I think we've already got a surplus of cloth, we do. What about incense? What about dyes? What about silk? What about amber? What about earthenware? Aha! Freeman output increases. That is really strong because that's going to mean more manpower. Quite a lot more manpower. Colonizing Aluka. Our first colony in Corsica will be at Aluka. Scouts sent ahead, cautiously avoiding confrontations with the locals, have confirmed its suitability for the small group of settlers, landless freemen from Fukens in Aternum. We could encourage more settlers by providing them with some incentives. A new colony requires a solid foundation, so we send 3. And it gets aggressive colonization for 10 years. Or a few will be necessary. Nah, we'll do it aggressively. Because it's the one province that we need to colonize. Could I get wood if I improve relations? Probably, but too much effort. Not worth it. Until I really know that I need wood. Although, how big is the Carthaginian navy? 63 ships at this point. Okay. Struggles in Aluka. We have received word that the Roman colony of Aluka in Corsica has been struggling. It appears our settlers are not quite as brave as they had imagined, and have tired of the harsh life on the frontier. Wow, they did not last long. They long to return to the comforts and safety of Roma and civilization. Without further incentives, they are sure to abandon the city. Consul Gaius is just the thing. So we lose a import route in Corsica, but we steal the merchants. Because we belong to the Boni. I don't really want to spend more money on this because I've already spent a bunch. So we're going to reduce trade because who cares? It's trade. You're not the really good commander. You are. Success in Aluka. There we go. We have received word the Roman city colony in Aluka and Corsica is doing remarkably well. In fact, some of the indigenous people are so enamored by our settlers' ingenuity and customs they've all but abandoned their traditional ways and taken up alongside the Romans in the settlement. So 2 Corsican citizens become Roman citizens. Praise Jupiter! So we know that they have, there we go, some fairly hefty armies out here. Yeah, I thought you might cancel the attack. We're going to let you do the attack. And then we'll jump in. Okay, so these guys are doing skirmish mode, so they should be able to hold these guys at bay until the main force arrives. And then we'll see who's better at fighting, them or us. So in the initial wave, they have 102 discipline to my 122. We do have a -1 because we're fighting on the coast. And this fight is basically just my light infantry. Oh, they have another massive chunk of troops coming in, so let's merge you together and send you into the fray as well. You could move, that would be lovely. There we are. When do you arrive? You arrive tomorrow. Okay, now I outnumber them as the main legion has actually arrived. Boom. Hi guys! Bottleneck is bad. Bottleneck is actually being countered by skirmishing, so what we need to do is switch to something which counters skirmishing, which is deception or triplex ACs. We don't have triplex, so it has to be deception. But we're killing way more of them than they are of us, even though we are still outnumbered. Some of the heavy infantry are starting to falter. Despite the fact that they have a 42% discipline buff. Imagine that in EU4. 42%! That would be crazy! But thankfully I did send in another group of soldiers who will arrive in 7 days. So can you hold for 7 days? No. Well... Yes! Yes you could! Ha ha! Huzzah! And we came in with deception, which counters skirmishing. Boom! We lost 4,000, they lost 8,500, and that was a really good fight. That was fun. So, Publius Fabius gained popularity. We did gain a little bit of war exhaustion, but nowhere near as much as they did. We did lose 2,000 of our heavy infantry, which is going to suck because those guys were pretty highly drilled. But we did a huge amount of damage to their forces. Alright, so what we are going to do is we're going to deselect you. We're going to move the rest of you here, where we will then deselect the Legion, and we'll move the levies up here. And then the siege for Catan can continue. Smashed! Thank you very much for the Prime resubscription, coming in with a 9-month sub. I thank you for that. And then Vikas coming in with a 13-month resubscription. Thank you very much for that ongoing support there as well, Vikas. Appreciate it. Because who cares is trade. Mordred, are you feeling alright? Yeah, I just don't like trade in this game. It's just so badly done. Yeah, Pondic Civil War ends. Interesting. Yeah, we kind of are Roman Space Marines, to be fair. And I'm sure that they're going to come back and try again. The coming of the city of Mediolanium. So Milan now produces cloth. Good stuff. Once this war is over, I'm really going to need to spend some time just like building stuff up. Lucia gets more Romans. It's too bad that this colonization thing's only going to affect one province. Oh well. Now we know. Oh, and I'm missing one of the special characters. In fact, these two aren't even faction leaders. Okay, so who are we lacking? We need the blue one. We need red and yellow. Okay, now we've got all the faction leaders, so QC Lenas is a little bit miffed. The others are kind of okay. And How is the boss man doing at the moment? Your prominence is 47. It's still pretty low. Otherwise, I would say try and do the thing where you get more political influence, but it's too low for that, really. And it is rising. Currently. You know what? I think I am going to just use the levies. Just go ahead and start sieging. Although that is a pretty big number of troops. So in the meanwhile, let's have you... Oh, you need to be an owned territory. Alright. Oh, back off. Hello? I saw them start to move and I was like, maybe not. Leave the sieging to the experts. Has the Indian Empire started eating the Seleucids yet? No. I think because Moria is just so massive in India, India just doesn't seem interesting at all. I'm a little surprised that they added India to this game. We've received word that the Roman colony of Lucca in Corsica is doing remarkably well. Our settler success has attracted further immigration through word of mouth, increasing the proportion of Romans in the area and contributing to the rapid growth of the settlement and amenities. So, what's the population of this place right now? It's 11 already. Well, that's definitely proving to be a lot easier, but that might be getting all of the buffs because we're not colonizing anything else. So all the population you might get just as part of doing this mission is probably all going to that one city. Yeah, Parthia's having a great game so far. Alright, I saw that they had some pretty big armies out and about. Ooh, that's a big storm. But we've just taken the city there. So let's move on to Syracuse. Let's move you down. Let's move you down. Now they may try to contest the crossing. How do I want to try and do this? Because I don't want to fight them in the hills. Neither do I really want a river crossing. I think what I'm going to do here is merge up the legions with the sieges under your command. And we're going to try and pick a fight against these guys. Because I really want to just do some more damage. Ooh, especially if they... Where are you going? You're going over there, aren't you? Alright, let's use the Legion to take that. Sorry, the levies. I think you're going to try and force a crossing. Success in Lucia! Praise Jupiter. Alright, battle. Our armies are pretty well established. We've got most of our reinforcements back. They are still really low on morale. And there it is. Battle is joined. So my 122 discipline against theirs. No penalties or bonuses on either side. I totally forgot to change away from bottleneck, but never mind. This is a really mixed up front line. What the hell? Man, we're obliterating them. This isn't even close. Exemplary use of terrain. Ever since the heroic stand at Thermopylae, it's been well known that numbers can be leveraged very well against superior numbers in a closed environment. With that in mind, the Cohort's Legio Mordredus has shown great innovation with their latest victory, where they lured the enemy into thinking they were choosing the battleground. In reality, they fell for a well-planned trap, where they ended up surrounded with nowhere to run. Good planning has paid off. We lost 2,000, they lost 3,800. And yeah, that was totally fine. So we did have the -1, but actually the hills worked in our favour because they weren't able to flank us. And here we go. Cohort Loyalty gain chance +5. Mountain combat bonus +15. Hills combat bonus +15. This legion is well attested to fight well in hilly and mountainous terrain, controlling such battlefields with great ease. They have held much larger enemy forces at bay. Alright, that's pretty nice. Syracuse has since also fallen, so I'm going to go ahead and split you up. To take all of this, and then we're going to move this army with the engineers, with a donkey, and then all of the light infantry. There. Now, who is our siege expert? It's you. Oh, there's apparently another army here. That was them. And you need to be on skirmish. Stack wipe. Meanwhile, my navy is just roaming around doing its thing. Colonization of Corsica. Corsica is now under our control thanks to our brave settlers, but it can by no means be considered a Roman island. Our new towns will need time to become productive, but aggressively pursuing Romanization may ensure their passivity, starting with introducing them to the god's true forms. So province of Corsica gains Romanization, so happiness goes down but conversion goes up, or happiness goes up with benign neglect. No, I want them to convert. Definitely encourage Romanization, because there are quite a few Canaanites over there. Siege lasted 38 days. Wow, that was a really terrible siege for them. My navy is indeed roaming around. Alright, we'll have the fighting cohort here in Henna while the levies go and siege down that side and the siege cohort takes down this side. And I think we're going to go for the full chunk here, although we now have barbarians. So we're going to raise the northern levies to go and fight them, which would be Cisalpine Gaul. Go and fight that. There's this fort here and I haven't built any roads. Can levies build roads? No. Need to have 10 units, then they can. That's good to know. What's the cultural composition of Rome these days? That's a good question. It is 84% Roman. 2% Etruscan, 1% Phoenician, Ligurian, Sabellian, then less 1% Umbrian, Cerulean, Brutalian, and Lucanium. And then in terms of like totals, we are 70% Italic, of which 43% is now Roman. So the Romanization is going really well. Of a population of 3,100, we have 1,300 Romans. Oh yeah, I did know about Levies map mode. I don't know which button it is. That one. Okay. That's helpful. Yeah, I heard it was Quill talking about that. Hadn't tried it yet though. Also, we are now making quite a lot of money, so I'm going to go back to the macro builder and I'm going to see where else we can build farming settlements. So the mines and the farms are now all done. So why can't we build farming settlements in these other places? Like, you've got olives. Oh, because they're disloyal. Huh. Have I been building roads? Yes, many of them. As you can see, particularly here in the north. So I do think that provincial legations would be good. But the question is, do I really want to build that everywhere? Ports would increase the migration. Recruits, but I don't want to put a port everywhere. That's not really worth it. And opens us up to very easy naval invasion. And then the other thing we can do is start building some city upgrades. Which is where I really wish that it would actually give you some detail. Because now we're getting into the real finicky micromanagement and things get a lot more difficult, like building aqueducts. Tell me what the freaking population is, so I know where I need to build the aqueducts. Why is it so bad? Like, they obviously know how to do good macro builders because they've done it for EU4. Oh, your loyalty is going worse. Mostly because of Bononia. That's interesting. Barbarians were defeated. Well done, levies. So we can send the northern crew home. Oh, can't because we're at war. Fine. So this is the real test. Who's going to win the sieging here? I'm guessing it's these guys. Look how fast they go. That's ridiculous. Actually, you can go there. You can go there. The coming of the city of Ficaria. These are the best of times. And we can get another import in Rome. What about wood? There is still nobody that wants to sell me wood. What about... wine? Well, let's start with these. So do we have marble? No. Anyone with marble? No. What about cloth? We have cloth. What about incense? No. What about dyes? No. What about silk? No. Alright, what about amber? No. What about earthenware? We've already got. Although for every additional copy, we do gain more citizen happiness. That's how it works, isn't it? Oh, we could get glass. Citizen happiness and country civilization level. Oh, heck yeah. Buy some glass from Cyprus. And then we do indeed need an aqueduct. In Rome, so we can keep the population rising. And then after that is done, I'm going to build... What are we focusing? Are we focusing nobles or are we focusing citizens here? I mean, to be fair, both. Basically everything except for slaves and freemen. Oh, we could also do a grand theatre. We were going to build grand theatres everywhere. That's what we were going to do. Alright, definitely want a grand theatre here. And then we want to start building more of those out and about in the provincial capitals. Heroica Minoa pillaged. After the siege of Heroica Minoa, Publius Fabius let his soldiers run riot. So Publius gains loyalty. The wealth that Publius gained from this evil act is beyond compare, and our advisors suggest he is now one of the richest people in our land. Even deserters previously resident in Heroica Minoa are flocking to join Publius. Despite his popular acclaim, we should consider punishing him for these dastardly actions. So 2 light infantry become loyal to him. Or he loses loyalty. Now, I'm sure it's fine. Having a popular general, I can't see how this could possibly backfire. Actually, his popularity is still only 29. It's quite low. He does have a lot of money. Ah, move! Thank you. For these big icons, it's now really difficult to click on the provinces when somebody is actually fighting. Alright, reinforcements arrive just in time. Bottleneck and Tortoise don't have any impact against... Sorry, no, that's not Bottleneck. That's Phalanx versus Tortoise. Has no real downside. And these battles are really freaking messy. I thought it was supposed to be the cavalry on the flanks, but it never actually is. And another glorious victory. Stay here, that's fine. Caught red-handed. Several nights ago, Voodoo Fabius Sophus was discovered helping himself to a sizable quantity of gold from the National Treasury. You are not very loyal. You're also not very corrupt, so I'm surprised you did that. I lose 50 ducats, he loses health, I gain popularity. Have him flogged! Only I get to help myself.